Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Grapple Gumshoes post show here at BC WrestlePod, the one and only show that gives you all the tee-hees and ha-has and shenanigans that go down in mystery wrestling. Of course, my name is Mikey. I am El Jefe of BC WrestlePod. I run the ones and twos and a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And yeah, I find myself in the lead position tonight as normally I am not the one who is leading this cavalcade of chaos through some shenanigans in mystery wrestling. But JVL is in the process of relocating to his new abode. So I am happy to take on anything and everything until he gets all situated. But I am not alone tonight because I am joined for the second time this week. And we are on a good run. We've done a lot of shows in the last 2 weeks together. So Mr. Sassy Squatch himself is in the building. Benny is here. Man, we just keep finding shows to do together. It's getting out of hand, man.
Yeah, it's great to be here, and it's a great time for wrestling.
It truly is. So we're gonna get to all the shenanigans that went down here at Mystery Wrestling 22. But before we do, I do need to get the housekeeping out of the way and the intro bit, but we're gonna keep this very short. So if you are new to BC WrestlePod or if you've been here for a while, we pretty much go live pretty much at this point, almost every single day of the week. Uh, and that can be found on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. And YouTube also houses the post-edited, shows, the VODs, if you will, that have enhanced audio. And we cut out all the fun, all the shenanigans and the bad takes and things like that. So if you're looking for something more condensed, those goes up the day after the lives do. But if you're looking for something more manageable and self-contained, then we recommend that you follow us on the social medias at BC WrestlePod, where you can find report cards of the weekly shows, previews of those weekly shows, or at least try to, because this week has kind of been hit or miss for me, and I apologize for that. But we also have some merchandise for you at our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. You can check the chat for links to the socials and to our merch store. And last but certainly not least, we pay for a lot of streaming services because we cover a lot and we love professional wrestling and we want it to love us back. But in order to continue to cover this as a fun thing for us to do every day of the week, uh, we require the funds to keep paying for these services. So, ever so often in the Twitch and the YouTube chat, we have our little coffee bot friend where you can click the link and donate to BC WrestlePod. But we understand that times are economically tough out here. So, please only donate if you're able to. And if not, you being here is enough for us because your support matters and we appreciate and love you. Alrighty, Benny. Now that we gotten this out of the way, what can I say? More wrestling shenanigans. This is a pretty big one, especially when we get to our main events, because we have been telling this story over the last couple of entries of Mystery Wrestling, and we have kind of finally closed a quote unquote chapter in this one. But overall, I really had a good time with Mystery Wrestling 22. Wasn't sure what to expect, but there were some moments here that I was laughing my butt off.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a good episode. A lot of the same, but really fun.
It definitely was. Now, of course, it's really hard for us to go from Mystery Wrestling 21 and 21 and a half because those two shows were taped and given to us from the UK. So it's really hard to go from all the crazy stuff we saw in the UK back to our little abodes here in Canada. But we still had a good time with this, and let's just get into it. So, Mr. Sassy Squatch, begin with what we normally do here at Mystery Wrestling, and that is our Druids match. So I'm just sitting here. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna find out what's going down. Like, who are we about to see in all this shenanigans and tomfoolery? Well, as the Druids unveil themselves, and we finally get all four. Oh, before we do that though, sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit. Let's talk about our commentary team for this one. Of course, it is Evil Uno, who is here for this one. And I'm not even going to pretend to know how to pronounce his last name, but Mr. Nut here is also joining Evil Uno on commentary. At first, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. So I don't know who this man is. But honestly, by the end of it, I was like, all right, Nut, you're actually pretty cool. I like you. You're dope. Like that, you actually did pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna say he was on the level as some of the other crazier, commentary partners that we had Evil Uno over the course of the last couple of entries, but in my personal opinion, the bar for me is John Silver being low, and then everybody else was pretty good. So, that is just me personally. But Evil Uno and Mr. Nut here, yes, I'm gonna continue to call him Mr. Nut, so deal with it. Um, he was on the commentary team, and him and Uno were giving us all the action. Okay, now let's get back to the Druids match. So we get all four unveiled, and let's just look at this cavalcade of individuals, right? So for starting from left to right in this four-way Druids match, we have returning after he escaped, but apparently got caught and went back to prison, and for some reason, Evil Uno decided to give him another day pass, but we have the prisoner Victon. I was just like, what in the I'm gonna wait and we're gonna talk about your appearance, Victon, because I was just like, anybody who is familiar with the anime Shimonetta is just like, this is what it's giving me. And I'm like, whose jockstrap did you put on your face? Anywho, so we got prisoner Victon. Then we have Mr. Storm Rider. So, of course, the brother of, Mr. London Lightning. So he is in this match. Joe the Jobber, and everyone's favorite ref, Cool Ref, because he doesn't just have one, not two, but he had three toothpicks ready to go. Oh man, I'm just like this match was so much fun. Of course, Evil Uno learned his lesson last time and he posted a bunch of mystery wrestling security guards at the entrance so Victon could not run off and escape again. And I'm like, Cool Ref is just pulling out moves from Razor Ramon's repertoire, and it was amazing to watch. Joe the Jobber doing everything. He like the you can't see me, all this stuff was nuts. He quote unquote got injured in the middle of his match. I was like, what is happening? But ultimately it would be Storm Rider who did pick up the victory. We're gonna talk about the post match in a little bit. But Benny, tell me about what you thought about these cavalcade of characters being part of our Druids match, and what did you think of the opening match for Mystery Wrestling 22?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. Stone Rider, like I've been seeing him in those vignettes that, with his brother Landon, or London rather, and I thought he was pretty good. Victor, the prisoner, sort of looks like a Tamu Vader, in every single facet. Cool rep. That was a pretty funny. It's a pretty funny gimmick. And Joe the Jobber. I smile every time I see this guy. Like I love this gimmick. And uh, him doing like the five knuckle shuffle with like just his shoulder. Like good stuff here.
Oh my goodness. I was having a blast with this one. I'm just like, what are we doing, y'all? But this was so much fun. Now, at some point during this match, though, Victor does find a way to escape. So he runs out the door and security is chasing him down the street. So Victor is out of this match. And like I said before, Storm Rider ends up winning this match. Now, after the match, though, Stu Grayson, our mystery wrestling champion and possessor of all the marbles, so to speak, comes out and no nonsense. They come out and attack Storm Rider after the match. London Lightning and Stu Grayson are going at it in the main event of Wrestling 22. So it's just like, well, damn, we're getting like what we normally see on regular television wrestling, where it's like, hey, we got a big matchup. Oh, you have a friend or a relative that is related to you. We're going to beat them up after the match and get in your head for this main event. So I thought it was really, really fun. And I was just like, yes, Evil Uno. even in mystery wrestling, you can never escape the tropes of wrestling storytelling, and I loved it. So,
I like that Storm Rider like looks like a '90s jobber right out the gate.
yes.
Like he looks like he you know bought some of Marty Jannetty's old singlets.
Not
Like
Marty Jannetty. Oh my god, I love it so much. But this was a really fun opener match, and I was just like, "Alright, I'm sat. I don't know what to expect next, but let's see how this goes." And, oh my gosh, I was it was that is how I felt about this match.
uh that was this was pretty fun. Like I saw that Amira Blair had given a Kingsley a shout out on Instagram before I
Yes.
came out on here. Is this was the straight version of what we saw last Sunday.
Alright, so, okay. So to set this up, this is well, in this match, match number 2, we have, of course, 2 are on the screen. To our left, we have Cecil Nix, and on the right, we have a new lovely individual whom I am very new to. I just didn't know who she was, but now I'm a big fan of hers after this. Miss Kingsley is in the building, and we didn't get a regular match. Oh, no, no. We got what can be equated to of the sing off because well, first of all, Kingsley comes her entrance, she comes in and she's singing her own theme song, which is great. We love it. Then Cecil Nix comes out, and then at first the announcer's just like, and finally Cecil Nix will have a normal match because he's been involved in no normal matches for like the longest time. And so he's like thanking the wrestling gods. And he's like, oh my goodness, finally a regular match. But no, Kingsley had other plans and turned it into a sing off. Now, I was expecting, these two to sing off. It was going to be entertaining. But then, damn, Cecil's just like, I knew this was going to happen. So I came prepared and then, like, literally brought out actual singers. I was just like, the hell? I was just like, oh, Lord. And then, listen, it started out straight, but I don't care. Our lovable femboys, the femboy Asians that came out, I was just like, yes, I need them as a trio. Let's put them on actual television because I want to know more about them. This was just ridiculous in all the best way possible. But we even got the time warp dance happening. It's just like, oh my god, every theater kid and queer person is just salivating right now anytime the time warp dance happens. So it's just like, oh, well, let me get into position. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, like I even knew suddenly Seymour from like the opening chords, like I was like, "Oh, I like this."
This was just so nonsensical, fun stuff, but I really enjoyed it. And then by the end of this, we did kind of get technically a match with the surprise roll up. Kingsley tries, but she fails. Cecil Nix does it and succeeds. So Cecil Nix technically on paper defeats Kingsley. But you know who the real winner was? Me, because I was entertained and I am the real winner of this match.
Well, I was entertained too, so I, I I was a winner as well. And you know, I, contrary to what Evil Uno said after this match, this is wrestling.
I know Uno, man. We at first I was like, all right, we're gonna have beef Uno. You can't be saying stuff like that because this is wrestling. How dare you? But this was entertaining enough. I had a good time with this. Cecil Nix continues his winning streak. And Cecil, we're gonna talk about you and get to the main event because damn. Anywho, let's get going into our third match, which to set this up, I was just like, damn. we get Drea Mitchell versus Layla Wilds, and I don't care. I don't care. They're both women, but this sound still applies right here.
Hi, papi.
I was
Hi,
like,
papi.
uh, damn, these are some beefy bitches. These are some beefy girls. And I was just like, oh, they about to hit hard, and hit hard they did. This was one of the few actual like wrestling matches we got this one. But come on, look at these muscles, Betty. Look at these muscles on these women, Sassy Squatch. God damn.
Yeah, this match was really good. Um, it's probably my favorite match of the night, to be honest with you. Like straight up match. I try not to look at anybody like that. But you know, this was fun.
This was so good. I really enjoyed these two. Now, I've heard of Drea Mitchell before, but I don't know too much about her. Layla Wild is new to me, but I was just like, please be on my television screen more because you rule. Both of you girls rule. Come back, please. Come back. No, but this was your big meaty mamacita match, like big meaty women just beating up on big meaty women. We love to see it. It is a staple in professional wrestling. And I had a great time watching this. Of course, Drea Mitchell does beat Layla Wild. But yeah, for a straight up just regular match in mystery wrestling, I was entertained, and honestly, this was probably also my match of the night just from a pure wrestling standpoint. And Uno, book these women again because they are great. I want to see more of them. But yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alrighty. So let's keep this going though, because Benito, this is the ultimate food fights of food fights. We got an actual food fight match.
This was so creative. Uh, I take it back. This was my match of the night because uh, this this Cecil had clearly had everything to do with this because he's such a creative dude, you know, and
um,
it was fantastic. Like yeah, the board of ramen, like
so good.
oh man, like when they were doing the potato chip fight, uh, like I think it was like Hattie. Is that yeah Hattie?
Mhm.
Like hit top dog over the head, and the chip still fell over over Hattie's head. It's like it's a bag of chips, so like you can't really tell which way they're gonna go. You know?
This was such a fun match and like ridiculous in all the best way possibles because okay, so food fight match, Hattie versus Top Dog, and I have no complaints. I have no additional notes. I was just like, this was purely fun with the like you said, the creative spots that we got with the food. And well, Top Dog ended up being the winner of this match. Hattie got the last laugh because he took Top Dog's wiener. Not that way, you sickos. He took his tough little plushy hot dog and ran off with it. And so Top Dog is chasing him backstage. I was just like, I smell a feud. Let's bring it, Uno. Let's do a 2 out of 3. Let's do this.
I do find it funny that like Uno finds uh, musical theater not wrestling, but uh, uh, doing like 17 grab your wiener jokes is wrestling. Oh man, this was fun though.
This definitely was. And Top Dog is becoming one of my favorites. I was like, he understands what the job is, he understands what the character does. And I am here for every bit of it. Like, this is fantastic. And this was, again, I think if I had to pick one thing from everything, both regular wrestling and comedy wrestling, I do agree with you. Um, my sassy set squatch. This is definitely probably my favorite match of the entire card that we got. So it is after this match that we take a bit of a intermission. So I am going to take a bit of an intermission too, because boy howdy, um, we have the next 3 iterations coming up very soon. So, we got Mystery Wrestling 23 coming up, in which it's going to be, I don't want to say headline, but the person that has been on the posters recently is Miss is Mr. Michinoku himself. I was just like, "Oh, we pulling out the legends. Okay. I see you,
Hmm.
Uno." So that's coming to us very soon at Mystery Wrestling 23. Mystery Wrestling 24, just everybody just hunker down because also like the person that is being advertised for that one is Kenta of all people. I'm like, damn, Uno, what are we doing? Because I'm like, Kenta is crazy too. I was just like, oh my God, Kenta, what are we about to see? And then just recently announced Mystery Wrestling 26, the 3-year anniversary of Mystery Wrestling. And that is all happening within the span of like a couple of weeks of each other in April. So it's going to get nuts. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Kenta one, obviously, as well as the Takamichi Noku,
Hmm.
uh, because both those guys are incredibly silly. They just don't get to. Kenta especially doesn't just get to show it that often. Like,
Kenta is hilarious, man.
right, and Taka, how many Choppa Choppa PP jokes are we gonna get on that show? Uh, Kai and Tai, you know.
Oh my goodness. The honestly.
Oh,
But
you've
yeah.
only been around for 5 years, yeah. Taka Michinoku used to be in the WWF, like back in the Attitude Era, and he had a stable, and their biggest thing was that they tried to circumcise Val Venus.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. But yeah, so Mystery Wrestling is going to keep us busy and booked for the next couple of weeks leading into April. So that should be really, really fun. But now let's get back into the action because we now get to match number 5. These pictures alone are great. Thank you, Mystery Wrestling, for including the pictures before the matches. So we get a trios match in which we get the team of Jesse Fee, Jimmy Townsend, and Mark Wheeler on the left. And they are taking on the team of Fresh Air, which is the team of Junior Benito and McCray Martin. And they team up with the totally alive Jason Exile. God, I love Fresh Air so much. They are like one of my favorite tag teams in Mystery Wrestling because they bring the moves and they bring the funnies, which is fantastic. And I love that Jason Exile continues to commit to the bit here of him being totally alive after literally winning the pick your poison match. It's so good.
Yeah, I love the Jason Exile gimmick, and my only the only note that I made for this entire show was I guess a funky bass line is close enough to a steel drum. If you know, you know. Weekend at Bernie's too. But I really like I really like Fresh Air. They're, Uh, I'd like to see him more in the States. Um, I mean, I know that they're Canada based, you know, because I think they were like
Mhm.
trained by Daddy Magic. Like,
Right.
but like the other team, they were pretty good. This is a really fun match. Like with one of the guys being still alive, you know, they say that you can, even the best can work with a broomstick. There's-
I love that. I love that saying. Oh my goodness. But this, yeah, this was just ridiculous in all the best ways possible. Fresh Air and Jason Exile do pick up the win here, but a fantastic bout from everybody here. Alrighty, so let's keep going. We get into match number 6, semi-main event, and all I gotta say is Blade, you be looking good, my dude. We be hitting the gym. It's really happy to see you back on the wrestling circuit. I don't know if a reunited with the Butcher anywhere in your future, but match number 6. Of course, we cannot have a mystery wrestling without a Psycho Mike match. So this is Psycho Mike versus AEW's The Blade, which is really, really fun to see him back in all his glory. This was a weird match, and I'm still trying to process my feelings about it. Not because I thought it was bad, but I was just like, my God, there was so much love in this match and baby oil. So I was just like, all right then. I
Yeah,
just, yeah,
this one was a mystery wrestling special. It was pretty
yeah.
funny.
I
Like
was
if
laughing.
you could have swapped out Michael Nakatawa for this, and it would have been the same match.
I was gonna say, I was just like, this is exactly how it felt when we had Psycho Mike. Oh, excuse me, long day. Taking on Michael Nakazawa when they were in Toronto during all out Toronto weekend. So it was a lot of fun. This was silly. I loved it. Psycho Mike is like, "Do you want to see a body slam?" I'm like, "Yes."
I like Psycho Mike a lot. He seems really good, like a really good hand, and
Mhm.
I like the Blade a lot. It's great seeing him back. I know he had a lot of time away, so it's good. It's good to see him. Uh, I hope him and Andy Williams can hook up on some TCW shows or something.
Yes. So Psycho Mike wins this one. No surprise here. And finally, Benny, main event time for all the marbles, as the kids say. But before we go dive into this, really quickly, this is the quote unquote last call, last bell, if you will. So once again, I'll be posting social medias in our merch store if you haven't checked those out yet. So we are about to head into the home stretch. We are going to be talking about the main event of Mystery Wrestling 22. And then we will do our outros and call it a lovely little evening here. So if you are still exploring all the stuff, make sure to check out those links in the chat as they have just went up now. All righty. So let's get into this. So Sassy Squatch, this is main event time. This is not only for the Mystery Wrestling World Champion, but this is for all the marbles. And this is, of course, our challenger, London Lightning, taking on the champion in Mr. Stu Grayson. This is the most sports entertainment overbooked mess match that we have come with all the tropes type of match we have seen. And I loved it. This was
Yeah, this is
insane.
really good. Um, Stu, uh, Stu is an underground king. Uh, he he's so great. Um, and London Lightning, or Landon Lightning, whatever his name is, uh, it's a pretty good up and comer. Like I haven't really seen that much of him, but like except for the vignettes. But I really like those vignettes. They're very like Hardy Bucks or Trailer Park Boys, uh, Letter Kenny as well. That style. Like I really like. He's got a great sense of comedic timing, and that's something you can't teach. And this match, all in all, was really fun. I'm glad that he finished his story.
We love to hate that term now. No, but you're absolutely right. And I kind of said this a bit at the beginning off camera, where London Lightning beats Stu Grayson, becomes the new Mystery Wrestling World Champion, now holds and is in possession of all the marbles. And we get like a cutscene after the match when London goes outside because, his future self, aka one of the greatest people on the planet right now, RJ City, reprises his role and gives him like an Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars S style of like the Jedi ghost talking to London. And then he is also joined by Jason Exile. I'm like, oh shit, Jason is actually dead now. Okay then. But London Lightning has quote unquote finished his story. A new chapter begins for Mystery Wrestling. And that brings us to the end of Mystery Wrestling 22. I had a blast with this one. I don't think this was as crazy as the last two shows that we have watched, which is Mystery Wrestling 21 and 21 and a half. But then again, they were in the UK, and we got to see a lot of our favorite UK talent to come through. So that was a lot of fun for sure. But we are now beginning a new chapter here in Mystery Wrestling, and we're going to see what London Lightning's run as Mystery Wrestling World Champion and possessor of all the marbles is going to go. But this was a really fun show, and I'm looking forward to Mystery Wrestling 23, which is we're going to be back here in 2 weeks talking about that because Uno love you, but goddamn you stacked all the Mystery Wrestlings in the April, which I get, but damn. I'm not gonna complain though, because it's good content for us. But yeah, that's it for us here tonight at the Grapple Gumshoes. Um, Benny, thank you so much for being here this evening. Always a pleasure. Oh no, I think the internet did not spazzed out for him. Anywho, so oh, never mind. He's moving. I thought I lost you, Benny. I thought I lost you.
Yeah, sorry, something just keeps popping up, but it was a good show. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, we are almost done this week here at BC WrestlePod. Tomorrow night will mark the final thing this week, which is our TNA post show. So myself, Papa Oso, and Radio Free will be breaking down all the TNA action that is going on tonight. And we are 1 week out from TNA's next pay-per-view, Sacrifice, which is coming to us live from New Orleans in Louisiana. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna get more matches made tonight, and we will bring you all that action in the next couple of weeks. But that's gonna be it for us here tonight. From all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll catch you tomorrow for our TNA post show. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.